Here is the conclusion to our three-part interview with Sandlot creator David Mickey Evans.
I remember the game-winning home run I heard hit for Fernangelis Little League. I think we were the Giants, right? Had really tidy T-shirts, that said bail bonds or whoever was sponsoring us. I remember that. I remember a camaraderie. My brother and I, we played on different teams because he was like a year younger. That we'd get with other kids, this horrible home life in baseball, and that kind of interaction with other kids who didn't have those kind of issues were like, oh, there's something other than than the way that we unfortunately have to live. So it was this bridge, baseball. Never really played many other organized sports at all. It was always baseball. Park leagues a lot. They were cheap, Played Little League a couple times, Arleta Little League, where they had great, beautiful Little League diamonds, and they were all built on top of an old dump, so it smelled like methane. I mean, it probably still does, but we loved it. It was our fields. Yeah, it never went away. It never went away. We didn't play stickball, but we did, out of necessity, play on the asphalt in the street out in front of the house and stuff. And man, you want to become good with a glove, 115 degrees, the ball's getting tar on it. It's coming at your face. I mean, you learned real fast. It is about friendship. It's not a movie about baseball. I mean, Bad News Bears isn't about baseball either. I mean, all the greatest sports movies are not about the sport. It's the background against which.
Yeah, I mean, Field of Dreams, The Natural, you name
Field
it.
of Dreams, one of my favorite movies. Come on, I mean, how great is that?
I highly doubt, speaking of the silver screen, that I'll ever get to utter these words for a motion picture, but I'm going to take the time to do it here on local television here in the Bronx and in New York. And going to go with the quote, remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid, and you'll never go wrong. My question to you, David, is how come you decided to go with the great Babe Ruth? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that one, but why did you decide to use him as the main part of the story?
Babe Ruth was and is and always will be the first global sports. I don't like the word superstar, but let's just say it. God. He's become a god, if you will. There was nobody like him. There has been nobody like him. There will be nobody like him. He was literally bigger than life. And if you think about it, legend with that kind of demarcation, that kind of differentiation between, a lot of people go, oh, hero, legend, synonymous. No, it's not. It's not. Legends, there are heroes that never became legends. You don't remember them. There are heroes that became Alexander the Great. This is a legend. Babe Ruth is it. From his background, had to go to a boys' school, the kindly father tells him, hey, you're a pretty good athlete, all this kind of stuff. And up through the ranks and hitting, 60, then 713. And it isn't that nobody had done it when he was around. Nobody had even conceived of that kind of thing. Okay, it didn't exist. And that's why Babe Ruth is the sports, definitely, baseball unequivocally, but I mean, he might be the biggest legend that ever lived. I mean, if you think about it, people who don't like baseball know who Babe Ruth is. Could it have been Joe DiMaggio? No. Could it have been, Lou Gehrig? No. It had to be the Babe.
And this film too, like I said, obviously such a big fan, David, but I mean, it's legendary itself. I mean, whether it's the characters now or even, someone like James Earl Jones, who I know you've talked about with such a big presence, even that one day of only shooting for the film, but his presence in the movie. But now to this day, we flash forward before we let you go, and the presence of this film in lore, I think, is even living on in different ways. Obviously, to me, I think of some of the merchandising, whether it's these dugout mugs that you've worked on. Cops did a pretty cool collection a couple years ago of baseball cards, autographs, and a different set. and you've actually got a TV series and even a prequel in the works. Tell us a little bit about those things.
Oh yeah. We've got I did a sequel to the Sandlot in 204, and I had 1/3 of the time and half the budget. So it was direct to DVD. It still remains, the Sandlot 2, the most successful direct to DVD family film of all time. People don't know that, but it is. I was grateful for that opportunity. So when they asked me to do another one, I said, nah, I'm not going to go for it. I originally had 6. There was 62, 72, 82, 92, 202, 212. That was going to be a different group of kids in each 10 years, each decade. That never came to fruition. But when they said, hey, you should do another one of these, I said, okay, but I'll make it a prequel. So it happens 12 years before the original Sandlot. That was 62. This happens in 50. It's post WW2. It's when all of the things that you see in the 1962, the Sandlot, the houses, the ranch houses to the horizon, were all being built. All the huge economic boom in this country. And so these kids in the prequel are the kids that you never knew about that actually built the Sandlot. And you find out why. You find out where the beast came from, why it's the beast, what it did before it became that, what it did in the years up to the original Sandlot guys being afraid of it. What the hell did it do? How many kids did it kill? We don't know, but now we're going to know. Okay. So I'm excited to go do that. The television show is like in the 80s, because I got all the guys who we were talking about, except for Mike Vitar, and they all agreed to be in, a limited series about the Sandlot, and it would be the 80s, would make them, the mid to late 80s, would make their characters the same age they are now, because they were all 12 and 62. And it's the gears, studio gears grind slowly, very slowly, especially when another studio buys Fox. So it's been a while now. The Disney streaming stuff is difficult to negotiate.
David, I know you have, before we let you go too, I know you have so many of those great mementos in your office there, things that are reminders of that great time for you back in 92 when you were gearing up to make the film for 93. What's your favorite?
This is the original plaque from the announcer's booth in the movie, in the beginning and the end.
So awesome. And you took that picture, right?
I did. Yeah. It was the last day. And it was really after one of the last shots. I think one of the last things we were shooting was them disappearing at the end of the movie. It kind of worked out that way. And once we got done, it was a really weird moment, because these guys just wanted to keep working and keep playing and never leave. It was like, Peter Pan stuff. It was amazing. And I said, all right, I had to do something. And I knew I needed to take a picture. I said, I better come over here. And if you look at their faces, I mean, nobody's, smiling like we won the World Series. They seem content to a certain extent, but it's like, this guy is like, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here and play baseball, make this movie. They all have that kind of wistful, best summer of your lives look on their faces. And I think I took 2 or 3 of those with a big format Hasselblad, and that one worked. I look at it a lot.
Thank you for giving us the greatest summer of our lives.
Oh, dude. Wow.
And if you see Wendy Peppercorn, please give her my number.
Dude, I just talked to her a couple of weeks ago. I talked to Marley because I needed her signature on something, and I made a deal with her. I said, give me your signature on this, because it was a piece of memorabilia for charity or whatever, and I'll send you and your kids and your husband like T-shirts and stuff. And so we made that deal, but I'll mention it.
Sounds good to me. Thank you for taking time with us. It was so great to talk to you.
No worries. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys very much.
Congratulations.
All right. Back at you.